Hi guys, Charlie Tango 1 coming at you here with a different video. This one is just done the update on the pouches, and I think I gave a shout out again to my friend up in Scotland, Pete Miller. See you. And there's a gentleman. He said he commented on me update on the pouches. He's I've been meaning to ask you. He says, I'll tell you who he is. He's Bentley's Backward Bushcraft. So this is really directed around him, but you'll probably all find it interesting, or those that find it boring will switch off. I keep stamping my feet. I'm sorry about that. Now this gentleman, he says, I've been meaning to ask you about these little cages you have hanging up behind you, which is not there anymore, is it? He wanted to know something about them, so this is something I'll do now. I thought I'd do as he finds it obviously interesting. Now they're called Gypsy Cages. Years ago, because my wife, she's ancient Romany gypsy, and as you know, then they used to go, well, I don't know if you do know, but what they used to do is they used to go around on their little you know, the old gypsy carts with their ponies and that, and they used to go and work the farm, the fields, from farm to farm. They do the cherry orchards, the apples, the pears, the potato fields, and all the cabbage fields, all that. They go round and do all that to earn their living. And the farmers used to use a set aside a little area for them to set up their trailers in. Bear with me, I've got to remember, I better turn this on just in case, otherwise you're going to get cut out here. There we go, tick tock, tick tock. And that's what they used to do. So and in my earlier days, this is what they used to hang these. Used to hang these up on the on their trailers. And what they used to do is they used to have a bear with me. I made these myself. Like these are usually you get the old the wire out of an old budgie cage, or as we used to do then, any old wheels, bicycle wheels, we used to, you know, that was dumped, we used to cut the spokes out of, and that's how we made our cages. All this little bit of grooving stuff there. Let me show you a bit of close up on that. All that little grooving work there on the top, and that's it's all done by myself. And this particular one, let's get it up so that we can see. Got a little feed tray here. Just put our seed in there. A little bit of wire there that stops them standing, keep standing in it. And our little doors up at this end. Put them in there and drop them down. And of course you also had your little tray at the bottom, which you put a bit of sand in. What's dropped down there? Oh right, okay. Put your little bit of sand in there, or bit of sawdust, or whichever was available. You can get the old sandpaper as well, couldn't you? You used to do that, like, but they never used to do that. They'd put a bit of sawdust or something like that in there. They always get hold of something available. And what they used to do is they always used to, especially when they'd done the cherry orchards, they used to have little catching cages. And bear with me, I've got one of those. Make them as well. I forgot all about them, so You'll be pleased to see that, won't you? Now this is a single catching cage, and what they used to do is they used to put the singing bird in there, because it's separated in the middle, and I really need to, actually, if I bring that over there, we might be able to put it on top of there and you might be able to see. I'm going to drop the camera down a bit so you can see. There you go. We used to, this has got two little tiny springs on it, one here and one here, and we have a little piece of cross we used to use in this piece of wood. I'll show you there, see it now? That's a little old tripstick that was, and I'll probably do it with something else so that it shows up easier. What can we use? Oh, I know, I've got a screwdriver here, we use that. And what they used to do is that they'd set this up somewhere either in the tree or in the orchard, somewhere quiet, and the goldfinch would come in here and you'd have some seed in the bottom there. Of course he needed that to jump in, so he'd stand onto that tripstick and the lid went straight down like that, and that's it, he's in there. And you'd have a calling bird in this side, so if you've got a male you put him in there and he'd sing his heart out, and he'd draw the other the females and that in, particularly, you know, and it's on the cherry orchard where you'd find all these. So let's put that down for a minute. That's just a single. And they used to do the bullfinches as well. They used to capture them because they used to sell a few of the birds, like, even though it's illegal, and it still is illegal. And a lot of them used to capture them and sell them. Well, it's not very it shouldn't do it really, but they were. Bear with me, I'm just setting this trap up so you can see this other one. Right, now this one here, this is the double. Same principle, but that's a double. And you'd have your calling bird in the middle, and you've got a door at the back here to put him in. A little bit of seed in there, and as I say, he'd come in there and he'd land on this perch here. As soon as he landed on that perch, down it went, just like that. And that's, get out of it, and that's how it used to be. But that was years and years ago. They don't do it so much now, and the Romanies, they're not the old-fashioned Romany gypsies that they used to be. They're going round there. They do take a very long time to make, but in between doing you'd be whittling stuff like this down. And this is the other one. This is what I call my, and of course this is what I call my display cage. You could take this and you take your goldfinch in there. When you go to these little shows, they used to have little shows somewhere like they do with the budgie shows, you take it to there to see if you can win prizes. And this one I used to put a couple of holes in the back there so I could hang it on the wall or something. But I did used to breed finches and all that sort, and I did actually breed some goldfinches from youngsters, and I reared them right up, and I managed to eventually own them in aviary, and I reared like you do with canaries. I think I got 12. I think I got 12 youngsters eventually that I reared up. Now this one, this is a I'm just trying to get it so you can get it right. This little section here comes out, and what you used to do is that you used to put the old grit in there, little bits of grit and shell for them, and this one here, this was for the food. You put the seed in there and away you go, and you've got little separate holes in there for them to, can you see them, where they poke their head in there and it get their seeds. And as I say, it do take a long time to make, but I did enjoy making it. Now this one, the reason why this one's different is because, I'll stand up in a minute, make it easier. You could lift up this, I think you can see, and you take out your tray, put your grit in there, and you can empty it out and put fresh grit in there. But also, to stop the bird, if you had a bird and you want to get out there, you could also clean it out, and to do that you could take the bottom, you could, I'm trying to get hold of it, you could take the bottom piece out, and you can get right into the cage. So if you took that out, you've still got the bottom there to stop the birds getting out, as you can see. Also you've got that, and then you can get right into the cage. So that way, because the birds, they very rarely fly downwards to get out, they'll fly upwards. And as I say, I made them, and I think I put a bird in them once or something, and then that was it. Because personally, I don't think a bird should be in a cage. You know, that's bear with me. I'll just drop this back down. I don't think a bird should be in a cage. Should be out there in the wild, enjoying the wildlife. You know, but yeah, that was the early days. I'm talking years ago, like, you know, that's how old they are. But as always, you don't get rid of them. I did make another one. I gave that to my daughter. And as I say, years ago I did have someone break into my aviary, and they actually broke into the inner aviary in the shed, and they nicked one of the other ones that I made, like. But they're very, very satisfying, very therapeutic as well, you know, when you're making them. But I did enjoy making it, and as I say, and in the summertime, once I got in the house, I'd hang up these outside in my back garden. They would sit there and they'd sing their hearts out. Beautiful. I mean, I actually reared 4 of them up by hand. The wife had a lot of dealing with it as well at the time, and oh, it's quite funny. I actually made a little T-piece perch, and they'd all sit on there, and you'd hand feed them. Oh, it's brilliant to watch it. They go like this when you feed time. They wiggle like that. They keep going sideways, and it was quite comical. But I did enjoy rearing them, and that's really what it's about: rearing the birds, not actually you know, capturing them. But that's what the old ancient Roman gypsies used to do with their birds, and they'd all have one of them singing away there, and it'd be hanging off of their caravan. That's just that's how they were in those days. But we've come a long way since then. Like, you know, you got without going into too much, you know, the animal rights and this, that, and the other, like, you know, which is fair play. You know, I don't believe in cruelty and all that. Or ill treatment of any animal. I will not tolerate in any form. You know, it's red rag to a bull with me. I feel very passionate about the wildlife, and you know, that's why I love the camping. And I've done it at such an early age that when I went camping, you get up, you do the dawn chorus, and you sit there, and all you can hear is all these lovely birds singing. It's so peaceful and relaxing. You know, most of you campers that's on there, you know what I'm talking about. it's a different world when you get up in the morning, you make a brew, you sit there and suck your coffee or your tea, and the birds are singing their hearts out, you know. You sit there quiet and you get the old rabbit go by and everything else, and they don't even know you're there. You're one with nature. It's there you go. I'm not going to rabbit on anymore, although I've got a few minutes left, like. But that was for you, Bentley's Backward Bushcraft. I hope you found it interesting. I certainly enjoyed making them, and as I say, that's my show cage, but it did take a long time to make. But at the end result, you know, you're thinking, well, just because you haven't got the birds anymore, don't mean to say you sell it or, you know, bin it or whatever. So I just hang them up there, like, and that's probably where they'll sit. You know, certain things you don't want to part with, and these are two of them. I mean, all the stuff in this shed, I mean, it looks like looks like a war zone at the moment, but eventually you do use it all, like, but it's when. And it's almost like being a hoarder. That's the trouble. When are you a hoarder, and when are you not? If you're using them, then you're not a hoarder really as such, but there's a lot of people that buy the stuff and this, that and the other, no intention of using it, it just sits there, and you know, but my stuff does get used eventually. It all depends what job I'm doing as to whether it warrants me you know, keeping the stuff, like, you know. So like my sewing machine, that sits there for ages, but I still do a lot of stitch work, so it's not obsolete. I'm not hoarding it. It pays for itself, hopefully. Talking of which, I do have to get some more natural leather. I will be doing it, and for Peter Miller up in Scotland, my friend, he's ordered a little pouch, so I want to try and get my leather in, but I've yet to phone the chap to find out, because a lot of time he's abroad getting leather and coming back and what have you. Of course, if he's over there, it might be a week before I can get down to him and get some leather in, but there we go. I think I've just about exhausted that. Nothing left to say now, other than Survival Preacher. You've got a parcel coming to you. I don't know, I think I posted it the other day, so it's going to be a couple of weeks before you receive that. Blue Grass Bushcraft, you got a package that you ordered. That's been a week now, so you're still going to probably have to wait another week. And I think there's someone else down there has ordered something, Terry, I think it might be. I think either Terry or Kirk North of 51, he might have ordered it. I'm not sure, top of my head, like. So when I get the tracking information, what I do is I write the person's name, then I know who's expecting a parcel. But there you go. I've enjoyed doing that video. It's something different, isn't it? You know. And if there's anything else you wish to know, then just jot it down, and I'm only too pleased to sort of try and enlighten you where I can. I'm not going to argue anymore. I'll catch you lot on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Cheerio.